feeling pretty serious and a bit heavy, so thought I'd talk about Scorpio Rising. Alright, so Scorpio represents depth, mystery, esoteric knowledge, power, transformation, emotional intensity, the underworld, death, passion, lots of really heavy things. And when it's your rising sign, you come off as someone that, for the most part, shy, despite all the things that I just said. Someone with a Scorpio rising is someone that's going to be kind of shrouded in a cloud of darkness. Not that that's necessarily a negative thing, just they don't necessarily... They definitely stand out because they're very powerful, but you wouldn't really see them as like an outgoing person. They're probably someone that kind of stays in the shadow, in the background, and they're observing everybody and calculating everything. Not even so consciously, but they're just kind of taking tolls of what's going on. And they might be a bit cold or reserved or not really willing to engage in a conversation. Like there's someone that if you've never met them before and you go up to them, they're just gonna be like, hey, what's up? You know, like kind of, hey, leave me alone, I don't know you. So they could be a little bit off-putting if you don't have the right energy. Like the people that can kind of get through to this are people that are going to have fire risings or a lot of fire or upbeat optimism, and they're just like, oh, you're funny, like I get your sharp sense of humor and yeah, fuck the world, like that kind of thing, and they will get along. And once Scorpio rising opens up, you know, obviously they've got the rest of their chart and everything, but Scorpio has a lot of energy that it is able to give and share with other people. So this is someone that you kind of want to be your friend, that you kind of see them and you're like, oh, I mean, that person's cool. Like, they don't want to talk to me, but, like, it'd be really nice if I could. They can be really intimidating as well. Like, Scorpio rising's kind of like, not a lot of people engage with them. Like I was mentioning before, like, it might be because of them, but also other people. Like if you don't have a lot of self-confidence, then you're probably not going to meet these people because they're gonna be bored and they're not gonna really waste their time or engage with someone that's not on the same level as they are, because they really want to make connections if it's going to enhance their own resources or power. So this is someone that might be a really good business leader, manager, or boss. They're definitely someone that's going to prefer to be in authority and be in control of a situation, and they're going to attract people that have themes of kind of anger, aggression, dominance, power struggles. This is just kind of normal for them though. Like it might be normal for someone like this maybe to be in an abusive situation or relationship and just think that they like it, or there's like a chase to them. There's something about them that really enjoys an adrenaline rush. They are pretty sexually attractive people when they want to be. They can turn it on or off, and they can turn it off and just kind of, you know, ignore everybody and not be noticed, or they can turn it on and be like, look, I want you right now, this is happening. Which again, you know, can be hit or miss depending on who they're going after. Not to say that like all Scorpio risings are overtly sexual or anything, it's just is a sign that typically represents that kind of energy. So when it's your rising sign, it just kind of comes off of you. And again, you're not really so conscious of your rising sign. Like, it is something that's just kind of happening. So these people probably aren't aware that they're picking up on all of these people and power struggles and abuse and sexual suggestions. Like, they're just like, why do these people keep coming to me? I'm trying to do my own thing and like be over here. Yeah, they're definitely really protective, defensive, and guarded of their own personal space. Like, they're the kind of person that if you sit too close to them, they'll like inch away, or like they won't sit next to you, they'll sit like across the room. And they're always like have a lot of space between you and them, unless, you know, they're with you in like a romantic way or a sexual way. But even like with most of their friends, they're pretty physically reserved and to themselves, because it's just really intense. Like, they experience everything so intensely. Like, as a rising sign, even the tiniest amount of anything is just like, oh my god, everything. So they can get like a little bit depressed or foggy, because the way that they're relating to their reality is just a lot. Especially emotionally. So this person's definitely going to be emotional. It'll vibe off of them immediately. You're going to be like, whoa, this person like really feels something. Like, they feel really deeply. Like, they've got a real intense emotional body going on. And everyone can manifest these things in a negative or positive way. Someone with a really negatively channeled Scorpio rising, you're just going to be like, whoa, that person's fucking crazy. Like, excuse my language, but you would want to stay away from someone like that, because you would be like, oh my god, like, they could kill me. Like, they could just destroy my entire soul and like crush it in the palm of their hands. You know, that's the kind of power that Scorpio has if you're not fucking careful. And if it's being channeled positively, you're probably just gonna think they're cool as shit. And that, you know, they feel and they're real. Like, these people are honest. They are not going to fake how they feel. They're not going to fake talking to people. They're not going to hang around people they don't like. They're going to be completely upfront with you, and they're going to be really blunt, and you're going to know if this person doesn't like you. They aren't afraid of that. They will like pretty loudly vocalize like, yeah, like anything that they're feeling, which could be kind of off-putting. So this is someone that probably has like close friends, and a few of them. Not to say that this person doesn't have a lot going on in their chart and is like an extrovert and all this stuff, but probably they have more of a close inner circle than a large amount of acquaintances. This person probably has a lot of indulgences. They might not completely be aware that what they're doing is typically that, but they probably use drugs of some sort, or food, or sex, or something to kind of physicalize how they're feeling. Even self-harm. Like, if they're really intensely embodying some kind of thing, they're gonna try to make it real so that they can understand it and bring it to the surface. And this is also someone that's gonna trigger you. Like, if you come across Scorpio energy, it's probably going to draw stuff out of you that you didn't know still needed to be resolved, or was still even there, and surprise, there it is. Kind of like, well, Virgo's more upfront about it. They're like, oh, you have a flaw, like, let me show it to you. But Scorpio is just kind of like, yo, we are all flawed. So like, if you hang around them, you're just gonna realize like all the fucked up shit about you. But at the same time, they're really kind of like there for you. Like, they'll give you advice and stuff, even if it's through kind of insulting you. It's a very funny energy, I think. I think it's kind of difficult to deal with in anyone's chart. So as a rising, it might have a little bit of difficulties. Kind of navigating social reality, that might be a little bit of a challenge for you. And trusting people enough to get through your rising so that you can actually get to know them. And learning, like, Scorpio rising also probably perceives threats and aggression where it isn't there. So they might walk into a room and be like, why is this bitch looking at me? When, like, they probably aren't. Or, like, you walk into some place and you're just like, dude, like, you have a problem with me? You know? Like, probably not. You might be creating the problem. Scorpios are really feisty. That's just kind of how they are. They fight and they attack and they kind of dig at your emotions. So it's definitely not the easiest rising sign. It's can be challenging at times for sure, but I definitely know a couple people and they're really important. And they carry around all of these feelings and all of these experiences, and it's, you look up to it, you know what I mean? It's not easy. It can be hard sometimes, and these people are incredibly loyal. Like, if you make friends with one of them, they're your friend till they fucking die. Like, that's it. Like, they will be there for you. They will fight for you. They will stand up for you. They will attack somebody that says something mean about you. And at the same time, like, if you piss this person off, you've got an enemy for life. Like, you've got someone that is not going to forgive you and is going to make you remember what you did to them, and it's probably going to make you pay. So this is not a good person to piss off. Should probably treat them good. You know, they've got a lot going on, so give them a break. And they really like laughter, because it's kind of like, not that it's the opposite of Scorpio, that sounds so ridiculous. Obviously lots of Scorpios can have a good sense of humor, but it can be kind of like dark or dry sometimes. But if you can get them to like laugh and smile and be in a more positive space, then they can channel their power and intensity into creating a better situation. Because Scorpio also likes to transform and create and kind of build the situation that they're in. So a Scorpio rising is going to look around and be like, look at all these resources, what can I, utilize here? So if they are able to surround themselves with a bunch of happy people and healthy environments, then they're going to be able to really manifest a lot for the people that they love and for themselves. They could be really good at business or carpentry. These are just like little examples. Maybe they're a therapist. That might be a little more rare, but that would be good because they would kind of like separate their own stuff from another person. Like, they're pretty good at separating their own emotions from other people's. So like a Scorpio rising could be like in a horrible mood and you're around them and you're like, oh my God, like, did I make them feel that way? Did they hate me? And they're just like, no, I'm in a bad mood. Like, it has nothing to do with you. So that's actually a pretty positive thing, because that can be really hard for other water signs. Like, Pisces risings are just pretty much going to be in the mood that is around them, and Cancer risings are going to be constantly trying to like change and manipulate everybody's feelings, and it's probably going to give them a stomach ache and all this. But Scorpio's like, look, I feel this way, it is what it fucking is. Y'all all feel other things, that's cool, great, bye. So that'll kind of help you keep a distinction between yourself and others so that you don't get lost emotionally. Let me see. This person probably wears like a lot of black or a lot of like gothic emo stuff, or glasses, a hat, like covering themselves. They would prefer layers, and they would prefer a colder environment. And they really just want to feel safe and okay. And once they feel safe and okay, their mood is good, everyone around them is people that they trust, they can fall into the other aspects of themselves really easily and just be a really protective, powerful, incredible, serious spiritual person. They're probably really psychic too. Like, most water risings are able to really pick up on subconscious things with other people. Not necessarily mind reading, but like they can tell when you're feeling off. They can tell when you're not having a good day, and they'll probably be like, hey, like, are you all right? Because that's what they'll do. They'll bring up the depths in you, and they will create depth in other people, and they really help other people explore their emotions more thoroughly, and maybe that would make them a good therapist. They're definitely really good friends. So if you are Scorpio rising, I don't know, maybe lighten up a little and cut out the people that are no good for you, and learn that you can trust that the people that are around you are going to be doing wonders for you. And give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. Try to relax and be happy. It's any water energy, regardless of its placement, is really tough right now, because our emotional body on a collective level and a planetary level is just so imbalanced and fragmented that when you tap into it, it hurts most of the time. It's very up and down, all over the place, disjointed, it's separated from each other. So everyone deals with this. Everyone's got a little Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces thing going on somewhere. So it's not you, a lot of this, it's really the world. And if you know someone that's a Scorpio rising, just try to learn to give them their space and respect their boundaries, and try to be optimistic for them. And yeah, like, leave them be when they don't really feel like being around people. They're probably more likely to be an introvert than anyone else, and they really benefit from being alone, because they feel and pick up on everything so intensely that sometimes they just need to leave a situation, go home, and sit down by themselves and breathe. And that is okay. That is good for them. So don't like push them out of their shell, because you're probably not going to get anywhere. And yeah, I wouldn't do anything to cause a grudge with these people. But if you want a loyal friend that is super emotionally honest and real with you, they're going to be there. So hopefully this helped some people out, or it's some good information. I got a request to this video, which is kind of fun, because there are like hundreds and hundreds of things I could talk about with astrology, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god. So if anyone wants me to talk about a placement of theirs, just hit me up in the comments, and I'll do my best to get to it within a few days. So thanks.